So, men with big noses? You just have that je ne sais quoi. Like, as a man, why don't you have a big nose? That's my question. And like, as a with a big nose, like, let's bump noses is what I'm saying. Let's bump noses.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about this woke leftist TikToker that is going viral for a TikTok in which they are having a meltdown over the fact that they have to work. They have to get a job, right, in order to survive. Take a look.
It's sick and twisted that I have to work just to survive, just to live my life for basic ass necessities. Like, I don't want to work until the day I die just to eat, shit, and sleep. Basic human necessities, it shouldn't be controversial. Fucking free housing, free healthcare shouldn't be a goddamn pipe dream. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you should be doing this or that. No. Like, what if I don't want to be rich? What if I want to achieve shit? I still have to work till the day I fucking die just to live? Just to survive? People give up their entire lives just to retire at the ripe age of 60 whatever. For what? To get paid dirt even then? People destroy their bodies physically and mentally just to feed into a capitalistic system that does not give a shit about you. Like, God didn't make me the smartest angel, but I know that shit needs to change. And I don't want to be told that I'm ungrateful, that I should be fucking happy to have a job where it's taking up 40 hours of my goddamn week. You know, I want to spend time with my family. I want to do shit that is fulfilling to me. But all that shit, like, requires so much privilege. It requires so much wealth. And it's just fucking messed up. Like, fucking universal healthcare, like, universal, like, basic income or whatever. Like, it needs to happen now. Like, these fuckers got us to the moon. Like, y'all can fucking figure this shit out. But, you know, the rich just wants to get richer. They just want to keep exploiting marginalized people. They don't want to fucking give up their wealth and fucking help others. And for the 1%, like, it'll never be enough. Like, when will it be enough? Like, I don't need a goddamn mansion or to be a billionaire. Like, for fucking what, man? So that I can exploit others and take away from others? Like, fuck no. All the billionaires can rot.
These lazy leftists, okay? These naive socialists. You know, they say with capitalism, you either work or you starve, right? But these communists don't understand that with communism, you work and you starve. Right? You work and you starve. That's what you don't understand. That's what you don't understand. Okay, he doesn't understand that because of capitalism, that is the reason why he has a roof over his head, okay, and food to eat and clothes on his body. That's why he has the phone that he's using, the app that he's using to, you know, project his very silly thoughts to the world. He doesn't understand that all of that is a function of capitalism. This person is ungrateful for the fact that because of capitalism, he doesn't have to go out and hunt his own food to survive, which, you know, I doubt he would be able to survive if he had to do that, right? Which is what most men had to do back in the day just to get by. They had to work, okay? They had to work and to hunt and to get their own food, right? You don't have to do that, right? We don't have to do that. And people are still complaining because, oh, well, I got to get up and, you know, I got to go to work, right? I got to work 40 hours a week. I don't understand. I don't get it, right? I mean, I do hear when people talk about Europe, right? Some countries in Europe, they work a lot less than we do in the United States, or somewhat less, okay? And I'm like, well, have you ever been to Europe, right? Have you ever been to a country like, for example, Spain, where like literally stores close randomly for like months, right? Literally months. They'll just take a whole month off, right? Stores close. okay? Or in the middle of the day when you need to go to the pharmacy, you need to get something essential. In the middle of the day, the store is just closed, right? Because they all like, take off in the middle of the day and just go home and take a nap, right? I'm just saying there's pros and cons, right? There's pros and cons to it. It sounds great until you're actually living there and you're like, I kind of don't like the fact that stores are not reliably open, right? On any given day or during, any time of the year or whatever. I'm just saying, I understand people's gripes. I understand that people want to work less so they can spend time with their family. And I think that is what people should ultimately strive for in the end. But I think that as a young person, in my opinion, this is why, I work very hard, right? Like as a young person, I'm young, I'm not married yet. I don't have any kids. I feel like I need to work as hard as I can now because I don't want to work that hard in the future, right? I want to put in the time now. I want to put in the effort now. I want to put in the work so that I can save and invest. And then maybe, just maybe, I don't have to do the same thing that most normal people do, which is basically work all their lives and then, have to retire at 65, right? And, live modestly because, you didn't really save that much and you're living off Social Security. I think people got to have a mindset of delayed gratification. A lot of young people these days, they want instant gratification. They want to be taking the vacations. They want to be getting Starbucks coffee every day. They want the most expensive phone. They want the most expensive car. They're not financially responsible, okay? They're not motivated. They're not striving to be above average, okay, to increase their incomes and to do more. But yet they want more, right? They want the extravagant lifestyle. They want, the luxuries and all that. Now, that's not particularly this guy. This guy just has a problem, just having to work for the basic necessities. And I'm like, bro, you fundamentally don't understand how you get the necessities in the first place, right? Because again, without people working, okay, you wouldn't have access to those necessities. Again, unless you want to go out and get your own necessities, gather your own necessities, hunt your own food, which I doubt that he can. I'm just saying, that's how you get those things, right? Again, have this man ever opened up a history book about a lot of these, countries that embrace communism? Like, for example, China, okay, in their attempts under Mao to embrace collectivist farming, okay, aka socialized farming, where you had a whole bunch of people, including rich people, were forced to farm, okay? They were forced to farm for the good of everybody as a whole, okay? It wasn't not a capitalist system, and they could barely feed themselves, right? They could barely feed themselves because they had the free rider issue. The issue that no matter how hard you worked, you didn't get rewarded more, you didn't get fed more because everything was shared among everybody equally. Again, so it didn't incentivize people to actually work hard, right? A lot of people did not work as hard, which meant that the output was reduced because people didn't really care to work harder because there was no benefit to working harder, right? There was no benefit to working harder. Again, that is the problem with communism, right? Everybody works, right? And everybody's still poor, okay? Because forced labor is not good. But labor that is not forced, but is incentivized through capitalism, through rewards, through profit, has proven to be the greatest means that we have of fighting against poverty, of feeding the world, okay? Because when people work because, hey, they want to accumulate profit because there's incentive, then they tend to work harder. They tend to increase output. They tend to become more efficient. They tend to innovate. And all those innovations is the reason why this guy has such a cozy, comfy life and is able to get on the internet and complain about, oh, boo-hoo, I have to work 40 hours a week. Oh, my God, I got to work to afford the basic necessities. Well, again, you don't have to work that much to afford the basic necessities. What do you define as a basic necessity? Because I'm telling you, a lot of these people actually define basic necessities as being able to take, lavish vacations for the Instagram, Starbucks every day, a new iPhone every year, the newest laptop, MacBook, clothes. That is what they define as basic necessity. They don't define basic necessity as just, a basic roof over their head and some food or whatever, okay? And just a few, things of clothes. No, that's not the basic necessities for them. Because quite literally, if you're poor, particularly if you're a woman and you got kids, you can get all those things through the government, right? If you're poor enough, right? The government will help you out with all those things, okay? So you actually can get the basic necessities or the bare minimum doing no work, or the bare minimum amount of work. Most definitely you can. And see, the issue here is not that you have lazy people like this, because, I mean, hey, look, people who are lazy like this, they're easy to outwork, right? So people who actually want to put in the work, hey, it's easy to outwork this person. It's easier to, get ahead or whatever, right? So it's good for the people that actually want to work hard. But to see, the problem is that these type of people go out here and vote in a way in which they say, look, we need to take away from people who work hard, who actually put in the work, who sacrifice, okay, who had delayed gratification. We need to take away from them because I don't want to work as hard, right? I don't want to put in that type of work. So therefore, tax the hell out of them. Take 50% of what they earn and give it to me, right? Give it to me because I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to work just to, get the basics. That's what really bothers me the most about these people. It's not the fact that they don't want to work. It's fine. There's lazy people in every society, right? It is what it is, okay? But the problem is the lazy folks advocating to take away from the people that are not as lazy. That's what kills me. But hey, like the Bible says, 2 Thessalonians 3:10, if a man don't work, then he don't eat, right? If a man don't work, he don't eat, okay? So again, I think that definitely applies to this guy. If you don't work, you don't eat. And that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way that God wants it to be. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.